Right. Well, I just want to start this video out and say Merry Christmas. It is Christmas Eve. It is 11 o'clock here on the East Coast, and I've had some juice. Um, and it's time for a good old fashioned comic book haul. I told you guys I'd be back soon. Here we are. YouTube comic book family. We're going to get right on into this thing. I've got quite a bit of books to get through, as always. We're going to start out with some local pickups, some recent stuff I picked up that I just want you guys to see because I like it. And then some eBay buys like I covered in the last video that I've got quite a few. Haven't found any like crazy great deals on there, but my collecting style has changed over the course of when I started this thing to kind of now. I don't have a whole lot of videos, but it's been a couple years, so on and so forth. But I think you guys get the point. Anyway, like I said, it's Christmas Eve. I wanted to share this with you guys. I ain't got a whole lot else going on. Spent the day with my kid, opened some gifts, took some time, family time, visited the family, and I've just been chilling at the house really ever since then. So figured I'd share this time with you and keep you guys entertained, at least maybe for a short period of time. If you've got some unenjoyable family, I know how it is. Use me as an excuse to get out of it. Whatever you gotta do, you know. I mean, that's turn my video on, say one of my buddies posted, whatever, you know. If I'm your excuse to get away from it, I accept that. Tell them it's my fault. Without further ado, we're gonna get on into this thing. Picked up a couple dollar books. Literally, I think it's a couple. Yeah, it's a couple. From local LCS in my area. I've got this book in graded 9.6 first print, but I've always wanted to read it. Kind of hard to read a slab book, so I went ahead and just grabbed this for $1, just to go ahead and get the story in. The other dollar book I found the day that I was out was this book right here. What do you say? You know, I mean, it's George Perez cover. It's Jeff Johns writing. I mean, it's Infinite Crisis #1. Everybody knows what this book is. All right, now we getting into some me stuff. It's definitely gonna be some me books in here. You guys know that I got my runs, I got my favorites, and I've got my stories that I'm just into. Well, here's some run filler. Go-Go Power Rangers #27. Back issue been fine. Go-Go Power Rangers #26. Another back issue find I didn't have. And Go-Go Power Rangers #24. I think one of these is a minor key. It's a first appearance. I haven't actually read through this whole storyline to know exactly what the difference is between this run and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that was going on at the same time. This precedes the current Power Rangers run that is going right now that I am much more familiar with. And it does actually tie into the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers run that was running alongside it that I have read some of. But anyway, I think this covers the Go-Go Power Rangers specifically covers much more of like the younger years of the team, I believe. But like I said, I'm still kind of waiting to get into that run before I either finish it. I also try to collect the trades to make it a little bit easier to read at times. So, you know, there's that. But love this cover. I can't remember what issue number it is, but come on. Lord Zed is a Power Ranger? Like, come on. Every 90s kid always dreamt of what this would look like. Here we are, 30 years later. All right. Love this cover. Classic Green Ranger crossover cover. Everybody loves the Green Ranger. You know, I mean, there's a reason this book is worth 15, and that was worth 8 as a variant, you know, and it ain't exactly because the variant itself is better as much as it is the character's nostalgia. So, another back issue find as well. Green Ranger kind of cover with Rita there in the background. That's also a foil. But, you know, back issue find. Picked it up as it come out. I love this run. I'm always going to share it with you guys anytime I find stuff. So, you know, if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but it's going to be forever in this channel because that's just who I am, who I was as a kid. That's why it's my background. I've got the first appearance in Super Sentai. I'm trying to collect almost everything in comic book form or art that I can get of there. So if you got something, hit me up. Let me know. Might be interested in it. But moving on, I am a sucker for these classic DC books, man. Now, up to this point, you know, like this past week or two, they released, I don't know why, Batman #5 as a foil cover. I don't really get that. I mean, I get, like, they recently released Wonder Woman #1. I get that. You know, I get it. But they also facsimile what is the Golden Age first appearance of the JSA? It's like All-Star Comics 1, I think it is. But they didn't foil cover it, and I'm like, why would you do Batman #5 and not that book? I don't know. I would have bought the JSA book strictly on principle as a foil just because it'd be cool. But I don't know. DC's doing whatever DC's doing. I guess that's why, you know, we're all making YouTube videos about it. Anyway, another foil cover. Oh, this is, whew. I love it. As soon as I seen this cover, I fell in love with it. I'm not gonna lie. It's beautiful. It's great. It's an awesome Power Girl cover. It's #1. It's full. It's high grade. It's brand new. I don't care. I love it. I got it. Staying on the full trend, but flipping over. This was at my LCS as a back issue book. And my son loves Miles. I collect Miles because I think he's an interesting character. He's definitely got a lot of potential. In basically anything with a Marvel title in it. And, you know, I think he'll always at least be relevant now to today, especially with the fan base that he has and the kids growing up with the Spider-Verse movies. You know, they're going to turn into me 30 years from now, and instead of collecting Power Rangers, they're going to be collecting Miles Morales Major Keys, you know, Ultimate Fallout 4. Who knows what that book will do? It could drop significantly and be a $1 book. Probably not. Very well likely not ever, but, you know, collecting market is weird, so. But it'll always be sought after, I believe, or at least relevant. So, again, staying with the foil trend, except switching on back over to a staple in D Collector's collection. Going back to Daredevil, this is #1. This is the foil variant. I haven't read this. This is the new storyline I guess the predecessor to it was the most recent run that had come out, where, if you aren't aware, and spoiler alert, but Daredevil and Elektra basically team up, take all their old villains, take them to an island, and fight like a zombie war. It's against the Hand, with the Hand and the Fist. So it's different. It's interesting. I haven't exactly finished it yet, but that's where I'm at in the storyline, and this story takes place after it. I know that. So, but that's issue #1. Did find a few other Daredevil back issue books that I didn't have in the run. This one obviously got hot for whatever little bit of time it did, and I didn't have it and found it, so I went ahead and just picked it up, especially for $4. And this was going for, I don't know, $15, $20 easily some days. I think it's cooled off ever since then. Honestly, I really don't care. I just wanted it as a back issue book at an affordable price, so that's why I got it. Another Daredevil book, issue #13 from the same run. And issue number 15, 16, and 17, all from the same run there. But like I said, you know, as a Daredevil collector, I'm always gonna pick up these run fillers as cheap and easily as I can obtain them. Sometimes, you know, it can be hard because minor keys are scattered throughout, just like with any other run. And then I feel like Daredevil's starting to get a lot more attention, especially after the announcement of the new show coming, etc., etc. And you know, it just it's hard to find Daredevil books as being a major title in dollar bins unless they're those old Bronze Age books or the early 2000s. So you know, it's always nice to at least pick up the ones that I can find. Moving on, we're getting back in. Here we go. Before we get into the good stuff, I've got 2 more books, just as regular back issues. I should have put this with the other ones. I forgot. I'm sorry. Full cover, Ranger Slayer cover. Ever since she was introduced in the previously mentioned Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series, she has been basically a fan favorite. If you're not familiar, I've got some other stuff of hers that I'm going to be showing in another video soon. I've got some stuff for you guys still on the back burner to make at least 1 more video, if not 2. But we'll get into that when we get into that, and from where we're at now to there, who knows when. But anyway, great cover. Always good to see the Ranger Slayer getting the attention that I believe she deserves, and I'd say most people who read anything like this would agree with me as well. And then, of course, back to Miles Morales again. This was just a super cool cover when it come out. I seen it. It was affordable price. I love these negative space variants, and if I can ever get a lot of them at affordable price, I will, because I just like them. One, it's beautiful art. They're very interesting designs almost all of the time. I don't know if this is a JTC one or not, but whether it is or isn't, I'm still going to keep it, and it's Miles Morales, so you know, it's got all the makings to be at least a decent book. And value isn't really there for me because I don't care personally. It's going in my collection, but if it holds, that's even better. So, okay. Now, we're going to get into some real good books here before we get into the eBay stuff. All this from a local store that I had visited, same store, a couple different times. They have 2 locations in town, and I think all of these actually I'm pretty sure they all came from the same location on multiple different trips. But anyway, we're going to go and get into it here, and we're going to start with this one because, oh my God. When I walked in, I was not expecting to find this book on the wall, and the sheer just joy in me lit up. I've mentioned it in my previous videos that I needed it. It is a run filler. It is an amazing art. It is one of the best books in the run. Moon Knight number 57, Stephen Platt, at an affordable price in a pretty great shape. It's an awesome. The only thing that could have made this book any better is if it was a newsstand. There are almost no spine ticks on this book. It is beautiful. It's hard to see for the glare, I'm sorry. But when I found it and I seen it, I wasn't not going to buy it. I needed it to complete my run. This gets me within, it's like no more than 2 books in the Platt run series of this run that I need. And out of this entire Moon Knight, we'll call it second series, these books are the most valuable. They're the hardest to get a hold of, not because they're not found, but because people really just don't get rid of these much. If they do, they want top dollar. As you can see, you know, I got a little bit of a discount off of this being a regular customer, but they hold their value. If you're looking for Moon Knight books that hold value, this is definitely one of them. You know, it's hard to find this book in this grade for even around that price, Most people want about $100 for it. So, you know, good luck. You can find them at this price. I'm not saying it's impossible, but most of the time, most people want either that or more that's on it right now. Thankfully, I didn't have to pay the full price. Another book, I ended up getting rid of actually some bulk. I had some bulk books that I had put together, and they give me some in-store credit for them. And when I went in there and did that, I actually put it towards this book, and I was very glad to get it. It's in pretty decent shape. It's a mid-grade condition. You can see it's got some spine chipping there, probably a little bit less than mid-grade actually, but aside from that, you know, it's complete. The staples aren't rusty or anything. They're both intact. There's no really any flaws on the book aside from that. I did pull it out and look at it, checked it out before I actually purchased it. Well, we'll call it purchase. Basically, I traded all my book for it. But anyway, great book to have. You know, the last issue in the series, or I'm sorry, the first issue in the Thor series, moving over from Journey to Mystery. So, kind of an important key there. You know, technically, this is the first Thor issue printed, and obviously it's him versus Hercules, so even better. Secondly, this book they had on the wall at that same store. Actually, I think I got this one before I got any of these books from this store. This was the first one, I think, but anyway, they had on the wall at a much different price, and I talked to the manager that was there. I'm pretty good friends with the owner of both stores, and you know, me and the manager subsequently got pretty familiar with each other, and he knew my collecting styles and my habits, and how I kind of like to deal in those stores with them, and we got along pretty well. Unfortunately, he's actually not there anymore from the last couple months, but I'm starting to get to know this new guy, and we're getting to know each other, and I think we'll be able to work at least similarly close. But me and this guy that was at this store, he did me right. You know, he would let me put like half down on a book and come back in a month or so later and get it. He really didn't care as long as I actually bought the book. You know, all he wanted was what we agreed on to pay for it. And when he got it, and I got the book. And that was fair. I was good with that. He was good with that. Whatever. Anyway, this is a Silver Age book, and it is dirty. Definitely needs to be cleaned. Could use a little bit of probably press and clean even. But it's a great book for anybody to have, honestly. I'm super glad to have this book. That is the price that we ended up agreeing on. That is a different sticker price than they had it on the wall for. If I had to put a guess on it, there is a little bit of oxidation on the staples there that I think a clean would help with. If I got this back, if I got it graded, I do believe I'd get somewhere around a 3.0. But even still, at that price, with a Silver Age key, this being the second appearance of the Green Goblin, I'm not that worried about it, honestly. I mean, if I have to upgrade this book for myself later on, so be it, I will. I can do that. But for now, I'm very happy with this book. I'm very, very happy with it. Anyway, moving on. It has kind of been a collecting goal of mine, actually. As you guys know, I'm a big Spider-Gwen fan. So I'm really trying to get together kind of the Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy kind of appearances together there. This book was on the list. It was on the wall when I went in there one day, and I just went ahead and picked it up because I haven't seen it in a while, a whole lot in my area, and I'm just glad to finally have it. I've been watching this book on eBay for forever. Amazing Spider-Man 38, another Silver Age book. Actually, I've got the price tag still on the back for you guys, $75. This is a decent mid-grade copy. It's very clean. The staples are nice and tight on the inside. It looks great. It's centered really well. There's no major flaws to it. I think there's actually just a little bit, a little bit from like, you can't see, it's not focusing from there up, like of like a spine split, but that's it. You know, aside from just a few spine ticks and some off-white pages, this book is in great shape. I think, you know, it's right there around a 4.0. And for me, I'm happy with that. I can live with that, especially for the price. And lastly, from this store, this has been as a collector that you guys know that I am. Even in this video, we've already talked about it. Staying on the trend that we've been on pretty much this whole thing. Spider-Man and Daredevil. I had to get this when I seen it. Daredevil number 16, the first John Romita artwork on Spider-Man. This book right here just means it meant a lot to me to find it. 1, 2, to be able to get it. 3, it's in really decent shape. I mean, this was right up my alley. I knew it. I've been looking for it. It was the right time for me to buy it. Like I said, they did give me a little bit of a discount on it, and you know, I was just super happy. When I seen it on the wall there, I was ecstatic. I couldn't pass it up. I had to get it. I think I had gotten a few other, like maybe some books from a pull list I had there or something, but regardless, I wasn't letting this book get past me. I couldn't. Not in the shape that it's in. It wasn't going anywhere. And now it's home. It's home. So, always a good book. Glad to have those. Now we're going to officially get into the eBay buys. This is probably going to be my favorite part of the video. I apologize. I'm a little rambly tonight. Video's dragging on. I'll speed this up, but we're going to get on into these eBay books here. The first thing is, you guys will probably think this is funny, but I actually really like them. This is Disney Adventures, September 94. I think it's issue like 12. Yeah, volume 4, number 12. Like I said, I think I got this on eBay for like 10, 12 bucks, something like that. But I'm just out here collecting all the Power Rangers stuff that I can find. I've got some pretty interesting things on my eBay that I watch. I'm not gonna lie. You know, there's some TV guides and some just other things out there that I find interesting. That if I get them, I'm gonna show them to you guys, whether you like them or not. Actually, I'm gonna go and set this over here to the side just because I like it. Now, this book, I love it. This ain't Power Rangers, but anyway, I seen this book. I think I got this for like 10 bucks, and I instantly fell in love. The Daredevil collector inside of me has pushed me into the Bullseye realm, and I have grown such an appreciation for this character and his portrayals that they give him in a lot of these just sinister looking covers. Like, look at that. He's got the it's not Captain America. You know who I'm talking about. But he's got a card stuck in his forehead. Like, that's just, you don't see that every day. And a bullet hole through his chest. Just like, look at this guy. You know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. Got these two books in a lot together. If you're any kind of a Daredevil collector, you might realize this book here actually is like impossible to find. I don't know why this book was extremely low printed. Honestly, I didn't care about that book there at all. It's just a second print variant. This book was the whole reason I bought this lot. You cannot find, this is Daredevil number 11, second print variant, and you can't find it almost anywhere. The listings that are on eBay are just wild. I mean, this book goes anywhere from $15 to $100 because it is like a ghost. I got this lot, I want to say, I think I got this lot shipped for like 15 bucks. So it is what it is. You know, as soon as I found it and I seen it at that price, I jumped all over it because I don't know when I'll have the chance to buy this book again. I don't. But this book, you all will know this book, and I love this book. When I got it, it completed the entire variant series for me in this series. I've got, I think it's, I don't know, it's like 108 through 115 or something like that, or something. Anyway, I've got all of these Thunderbolts variants from this kind of little like Lionel run on this series, and this was the biggest book of them all. I found it at a good price on eBay. I don't remember what I paid for it, I'm not gonna lie, but I paid it because it was fair and it got shipped here properly. I'm happy with it, and yeah, I'll have to make a video where I show you guys all the different variants before, because they're actually pretty cool. Anyway, I don't know if I've told you guys this or not, but I am actively trying to get the first series of Ninja Turtles, the first Ninja Turtles run together. I have issue 3, 4. I don't know if I have an issue 5 or not. I have, well, this is 8 and 9 now. I think I have 6 and 7, but I know I don't have 10. 10's the Shredder book, and I'm actively looking for it. I've got quite a few, especially early on ones. I'm really in the hunt right now for a number 2. I'm in the decision-making process of do I buy a second print, or arguably even a third print to hold me over until I can find a first print that I'm really willing and able to buy. I haven't really made the decision as far as like what the investment is going to be there with it. I've got a couple late issues variants of number 1. You know, those are pretty easy to come by. But you know, I'm getting into the decision-making process here of where do I go, especially with the early numbers. Now this feeds right on into where we just were. This is, I want to say, 3rd print, 5th print. I don't know. I've got like 3 different printings of this book. I would love to have them all. There's so many. There's like 5 or 7 or something like that. But anyway, I found this book on eBay. It was like $30, and I was like, look, I'll take it because it's super cool. Getting into some more stuff that you guys know I love and collect. Moon Knight issue 22 and 21 first cover A's. There is a cover B to this book right here. I don't think that there is to this one, aside from just like a newsstand maybe. But I think these 2 books actually get me within 1 or 2 books from completing that run. So I got those pretty affordable. I think like $3 or $4 a piece on eBay. Because I never have any luck anywhere near me finding Moon Knight back issues. I never do. Almost never. So the only time I've ever really found any worth anything, I had to drive over an hour out of my way. And at the time, I just didn't have the money to get it because I had almost every Moon Knight back issue book I needed. And it was going to be like a couple $100s to get them all, I think it was. So, you know, that was heartbreaking. But anyway, back to the books. This book does complete this run. I am done with the first run of Moon Knight, 1 through 38, have them all. The only thing I don't have out of that run is issue 25. I have the spot variant, and I want the traditional variant without the white spot on it. So, anyway, done with that. I've showed this book. I don't know if I've showed this book or not. Anyway, you guys know I'm a Jenny Frison collector, so we're going to get on into it. This is probably a top 5 favorite cover of mine that she's ever done. Not only because it's Jenny Frison and it is beautiful and amazing and a 1 in 50 variant, but it is also a Power Rangers variant. and she just does not do Power Rangers almost ever. If you're not familiar, if you were a kid and you watched any Power Rangers, this is Andromeda, from a later on series, not from the original. I want to say it was Turbo, maybe? I can't remember exactly which series it was. I'm pretty sure it was Turbo, but this is her origin. Pick this up, read it. If you are a Power Rangers fan, I promise you will like it, and the depth that they have started to give some of these characters. Please get on into it, please. Because I'm very happy with what they're doing with this franchise right now. Continuing on. Actually, this is the... Oh, that's where I got it from on eBay, actually, I guess. But this is issue number 25. The Saba variant. There's a bunch of different issues to issue 25 variants. I'm pretty sure this is one, and I picked these up at the same time. That is the... Oh, what is that thing called? I can't remember. But that's a little dragon in the back holding a stone. That's got its own variant. And then this is a Ranger Slayer variant. It's just awesome. Anyway, you know, that's my Power Ranger books. I think that's all my Power Ranger books from eBay. There might be some more in here. I don't know. You guys know I'm scattered. Anyway, we're going to get on into some other ones. More from eBay. Definitely some me stuff. Back to my favorite artist, Miss Jenny Frison. Fearless number 3. I've got a couple books out of this Jenny Frison Fearless run. Can't remember exactly which ones. I'd have to check my notes, but I think there's 4 of them, and I've got 2, maybe 3. I can't remember exactly, but I know that I'm going to get them all. Whether I have to buy them on eBay or not, I'm going to get them. Oh, now, I got quite a few of these. Let me get this back together here. Oh, you got a lice with that. Okay. All right. I'll tell you what, we're going to do it this way. So, back with some me stuff here. Go on, get back into it. We're going to go back to the Daredevil. It's just, it is what it is. It's what it's going to be. I'm going to bounce around. And we're going to get through this thing. 190. 191. 271. 272. And bouncing way on up. We're going to go to 511. And then this book is listed that there's only like less than 1,000 in print. But I bought a high grade raw copy. I will get a 9.8 one of these days. Daredevil 610, second print, first appearance of that character there on the cover. His name escapes me at this point in time. Thank you, Juicy Juice. Anyway, last book from Daredevil here. You guys know and love this book. I know and love this book. I will always buy it at an affordable price. Daredevil 181, The Death of Elektra when she gets skewered by Bullseye. Don't know if that was supposed to be a spoiler alert or not, but just in case, you know. Anyway, moving on. Oh, we're going to get into some stuff you guys are going to like. Some more stuff you guys are going to like. I know I've said that in this video, but I got some good stuff. So, I have been scouring eBay and scouring, and I have found some books and some stuff that I have just been willing to buy. And you know what? Since we are on the Daredevil train right now, I'm not going to turn it off and take it off the rails. We're going to let her have some space and roll. This is technically the first cover appearance of Elektra. This predates Daredevil 1. Oh, what is that? I can't remember. Anyway, you know the book I'm talking about, the black cover with Elektra on it, whatever it is. I can't remember the issue number at this time anyway. This predates that book. This is a Frank Miller cover. He's got an interview in here. It's really interesting. Check it out. If you ever get the chance to buy this book, it can go for a little bit of money. You can probably find it cheaper than you can on eBay. I was not willing to wait, but I did get a decent deal on this. It is in pretty great shape. So, take your time, find it the best price you can, unless you're impatient like me. But aside from that, I think we're done with Daredevil for tonight. And now we're going to get into some other stuff. Actually, I've got another magazine and two more magazines and a few more comics here. Okay? 2 more magazines and a few more comics. We'll be done. I know. Stay with me. Okay. So, Back Issue Magazine number 95. You guys know I'm a Moon Knight collector. And I seen this once I found out it existed. I was on the hunt. I found it. It was affordable. Actually, I think I only paid like $20 for this. And I went ahead and grabbed it because I don't care to pay that price. I never, ever see Back Issue Magazine in my area. Ever. Anywhere. So, when I found this at an affordable price that I was happy with, I snagged it. Same thing with this right here. Alex Ross variant. It does have, as you can see, a signature on it and a Dynamic Forces certificate of authenticity there. So, definitely glad to get it. That was another eBay find. We're going to power on through these. I'm going to tell you one more magazine, and then some 3 Silver Age books, and I guess another technically a magazine, but anyway. Guys, if you don't know what this is Alter Ego. It is a fanzine. Check it out. This is one of the greatest stories and comics ever told in this book, and it is not a comic book storyline. It is an interview with Herb Trimpe talking about the cover of Hulk 181 and how Stan Lee, as an editor, made the decision right at print to change the cover. Check this out. It is amazing. It's amazing. I love this. Check it out. I found this. Who was it? I gotta give you his name. He shared this on his channel, and I fell in love with this book. I'm pulling it up. Let me find him. Where's he at? Reed Comics 81. I've been watching his channel for a long time. Reed, I'm sorry I forgot your name. But you shared this on your videos a long time ago. I have been after it ever since. Thank you for showing me this book. Reed Comics 81. Look him up. Check him out. He's got plenty of videos on YouTube. Anyway, moving on. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in a comics interview. I have not read this. This is issue 139, but it is hard to find. It is hard to find at a decent price. It is hard to find anywhere. These comics interviews, again, I don't see fanzines in my area. I don't know why. Maybe I'm in a bad area. I gotta get out of here, get somewhere else. I don't know. I'm not moving for it though. Anyway, obviously I'm gonna buy this as a Power Rangers collector. I cannot buy it. All right. The last few books. The last 3. Okay. As a Batman fan, here we go. Batman, number 369. This is a key issue. It's a I said Batman. It's Detective Comics. Anyway, like I said, it is a key issue, and I have been after this book for a long time. And what the significance of this book is, actually, it is the first team up of Batgirl and Robin here. And obviously, you can tell that Batman is not too happy about it. He is not willing to let Robin go, and Batgirl is very needy. Anyway, great book, decent condition, found it at a decent price, went ahead and picked it up. Oh, here we go, back on the same train as I kind of started this video out at, as I was talking. Mary Jane fan, and Spider-Gwen fan, and with Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane, when it comes to Spider-Man, they're really the only two girls that ever meant anything in his life to him, aside from Aunt May. So, you know, if they meant a lot to him, I guess they're going to have to mean a lot to me, because as a Spider-Gwen fan and as a Spider-Man fan, here we are. First full appearance of Mary Jane. I believe this is actually the second appearance of the Rhino, maybe. I think 41 or 42 is his first appearance. I can't remember. Anyway, first full appearance of Mary Jane in story. And is this the issue where she says, "Face it, Tiger"? Let's look it up. We only got one more book. Stay with me. We only got one more book. You guys are going to like it. Third appearance of the Rhino. This is Peter and Mary's first date. And it is the second appearance of Mary Jane Watson, so I am sorry I lied to you guys. But anyway, second appearance of Mary Jane. I don't remember what I paid for this book. I want to say it was like right at $100. It's in great shape. It is like a VG copy, maybe VG Plus. It's right there around the 4550. I'm very happy with it. I was happy at that price. Really, the only thing that is wrong with it is this fold right here, that fold line. But anyway, get into the last book. I know I've been rambling. I am sorry. It is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas to y'all and y'all's families. Y'all enjoy the holidays. Please do that. Please be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything else and drive unless it's safe. And into the final book. Here we are. Boom. Fantastic Four 49. I do not have this in my collection. I found it at a fair price on eBay at an auction. This is another mid-grade copy. It's got some spine work on it, but the staples are attached. The book is complete. There's no spine splitting. It's got off-white pages. I can't really show you the back because I got it in this top loader. But anyway, happy to have this book. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, whatever you got to do. Let's start some talk. Give me some recommendations. Tell me about some stuff either you got that I might be interested in, some stuff you know about I might be interested in. I'm always looking for new information. And as Higgy Pop always says, read your comics because it makes you smart. And I'm out.